I would just like you to tell me how you come to be in Alice Springs every year for 10 years. What brings you here and how did it all begin? What's the story?
It's a big story. Well, in 1991, as you know, the Japanese economy crashed completely. And at that time, until that time, I studied a kind of anthropology and analyzing the ritual of the suburban area in Japan. It's quite fun. But after 1991, my father nearly lost his job, and my mother just endured very stressful condition. And my grandmother passed away while nobody looked after her.
How old were you at that stage?
I think 22 years old or something. Yeah. And I realized I might change my subject, because if I continue just study, and it will be takes 10 years, and what's happened when I master that discipline? And looking around my family, there are very stressful conditions they have to have, and I don't do anything to my family. So after 1991, what I thought is, why people have so many problems when they lost their job in Japan. And my father was okay, but I think after 1995 we have lots of suicide person in Japan. I think 1995 or one was a peak maximum, and the characteristics of a person who suicides themselves is a man 60 years old and lost their job. But for me, because I learned a kind of the anthropology, I wonder when the people became like this, because in the history of the human being, we didn't need the money to stay alive. Why people lost such kind of the condition, and how? So after 1991, I changed my subject. When I went up to the graduate school of the university, I studied homeless people in Fukuoka city, south of Japan, because I thought the homeless people is one of the people who can stay alive without money. But what I found is they need money. They collecting the aluminum can and sell it. So I realized they depend on a lifestyle of the city. And I changed my mind again when I went up to the doctoral course. I really wanted to know how hunter-gatherer living it. I had two choices: go to the Africa and study pygmy people, but it's quite expensive. And my family background is quite poor. I give up. And one more choice is go to the Brazil and study the naked people. But I heard the Brazilian government feel shame to show such kind of people. We have to wait at least 1 year, sometimes 2 years to get a permission. I can't do it. I can't do that because my time is just 3 years to get a PhD. And one supervisor told me, I know some people who live in Australia contacted the mainstream society in late 18 or something, late 18 or something, 1980.
Yes.
So he recommended. And when I came here, what I found is, as you know, no one together at all. And this is very true story. I didn't know anything about Alice Springs when I come here, Australia. So I bought the little red book in Canberra, which title is Stay Alive. That told me how to stay alive in the desert area. And I thought Alice Springs is just desert area. So I read a lot of that book in the Greyhound Pioneer. And I found, wow, there is a cave out here. That is the first story over there.